a mere wish become a living reality. It begins in the hidden place, where you dare to see with the eyes of the heart what your natural sight cannot yet behold. Before anything appears in your hands, be settled in your spirit. Close your eyes for a moment and picture the end as accomplished. Feel the peace of it. Hear the quiet certainty of it. The unseen is not empty, it is the workshop of creation, and your vision is the blueprint. A wish without direction drifts like a ship without a compass. Give your wish borders and color. What is it exactly? When will it live by? Who will it bless? The more faithful and specific your vision, the more it invites order into your steps. Write it down in plain words. Let it be so clear that if you read it at dawn, feet will know where to go by noon. But clarity alone is not enough. Alignment is the hinge on which doors swing open. Ask, wish reflect the highest good? Does it honor the truth, serve people, and steward what I've been given? Many desires sparkle, all bear weight. When your wish stands upright under the light of integrity, it receives a strength that cravings cannot mimic. Wishes attract the right battles, the right allies, and the right timing. Now, plant it. Every harvest begins with a seed and a season. Your seed is not only the decision you make today, it is the small action you repeat tomorrow. Great outcomes rarely arrive by thunder, they grow by dew. Your wish is to learn. Plant 15 focus minutes each morning. If it is to build, lay one honest brick daily. If it is to heal, one nourishing habit, and keep it faithfully. Tiny obediences form unshakable foundations. It looks like nothing, until the day it doesn't. Guard your language while the seed is in the soil. Words are not feathers, chisels, and rain. Speak life over your wish. I can't, with, I am being shaped for it. Replace, it's taking too long, with, roots first, fruit next. Gratitude turns the soil, making it rich and receptive. Each time you give thanks for what is becoming, you water the unseen work and remind your heart that delay is not denial. By faith. Faith moves your feet before the road is visible. It pays the price in advance. It shows up when no one is clapping, when no one is watching, and keeps building when no one understands. Expect resistance. It is proof that your wish has weight. Do not bother stones. They challenge trees because trees are meant to rise. When fear knocks, answer with action. When doubt whispers, with discipline. Your next faithful step is stronger than your loudest excuse. Still, creation is not only motion, it is also maturity. Waiting wisely is part of the work. There are seasons to prune distractions, to rest so strength can return, and to learn so stewardship can expand. Patience is not passive, it is the muscle that holds the door open until fulfillment walks through. Surround yourself with a community that speaks truth, flattery. Voices that remind you who you are when fatigue tries to rename you. Let counsel refine your plan, and let accountability protect your momentum. What you carry will shape others. A wish that only blesses you is too small. Aim for overflow. When you design your dream to uplift, you could not pry open will open by themselves. Generosity clears pathways that striving cannot. Serve while you wait, soft and your motives clean. Often, the very act of serving puts you in the stream where your opportunity flows by, standing at the edge of your promise with pockets full of reasons. Lay them down. Trade perfection for progress. Trade comparison for calling. Holiness. Begin with what you have where you are, and who you are becoming will meet you there. If you can take one faithful action today, take another tomorrow. And if you can take two, you can build a life. Let me make this practical. First, daily appointment with your vision. 5 quiet minutes at the same time each day. Read your written wish, picture its completion, for wisdom for one. Next step. Second, choose one micro commitment. You cannot fail. 1 page written, 1 outreach sent, 1 practice block completed. Lied each morning. I am growing. I am equipped. Fourth, pruning list each week. 3 small things to remove that steal focus, a habit, a distraction, a needless obligation. Fifth, a weekly Sabbath for your mind, a window with no screens, no noise, just reflection and renewal. In stillness, strategies surface that striving cannot hear. Turn your wish into a clear, faithful vision. See it finish before it starts, the foundation upon which every transformation is built. Too often, we carry desires that are vague, unformed, or hidden behind the fog of uncertainty. We say we want change, but we haven't truly seen it in our spirit. The truth is, nothing can manifest until it is first made real in the mind and heart, just a longing. It is a spiritual seed, and like every seed, must first be planted in the invisible soil of belief before it can grow in the visible world. When you hold a vision clearly, edge to both heaven and earth, that you are ready to participate in creation. The invisible realm always responds to clarity. Moment you picture your wish fulfilled, you begin aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that reality. Clarity focuses your energy the way sunlight, when concentrated, can ignite a flame. Without clarity, that same light scatters, warm but powerless. What does my fulfilled wish truly look like? How does it feel, sound, and move? Who do I become when it happens? The more specific your answers, the stronger your inner magnet grows. Vision is not imagination alone, it is faith-given form. Imagination can drift, but vision anchors. Requires you to believe in what cannot yet be seen, to call forth what exists only in the realm of potential. Was shaped by vision long before it was shaped by matter. Every invention, every movement, every new life began as a picture in someone's heart. Creative power rests within you. But to use it, you must stop describing what is and start declaring what shall be. Speak it, see it, stand in as if it were already done. When you turn your wish into a vision, you move from wanting to becoming. You no longer chase after outcomes. You embody them. A person who has seen their success within no longer begs for proof without. They walk differently. They speak with quiet certainty. They are not waiting, they are preparing. Behavior shifts naturally because they are aligning with what already exists in spirit. Every great creator has lived this truth. World bends to the shape of the inner one. What you continually hold in focus begins to attract resources, people, opportunities that mirror your vision's vibration. But clarity also demands honesty. A vision born in fear or vanity will always crumble. Before you ask the universe for what you want, ask yourself why you want it. Is your wish rooted in love, purpose, and contribution? Or in insecurity and escape? The energy behind your wish becomes the nature of its fruit. When you seek something only for yourself, it shrinks. You seek something that uplifts others, it expands. True vision is not just about what you gain. It's about who you grow into while bringing it to life. Be moments when doubt tries to cloud your picture. Life will test your conviction to see if you truly mean what you declare. The key is persistence in perception. Keep the vision alive even when reality contradicts it. Close your eyes and return to that finished scene in your spirit. Believe it again and let your actions flow from that assurance. You are not waiting for evidence, you are walking in trust. Every day, focus waters the seed until it breaks through the soil of limitation. It is also vital to write your vision down. Words are containers of power. They anchor the unseen into the seen. When you put your wish into writing, you give it shape and direction. A contract between your heart and the higher plan for your life. Read it often. Speak it daily. What you're building when distractions tempt you to forget. A clear vision turns confusion into conviction. Conviction turns waiting into creation. Do not worry about the how. Vision is your responsibility. Timing and means belong to the divine order. When you see the end clearly, the steps will begin to reveal themselves one by one. Trust that unseen hands are arranging details you cannot yet comprehend. Only task is to hold the picture steady, to believe unwaveringly, and to move faithfully with each instruction that rises within you. Turning your wish into a clear, faithful vision is not a luxury. It is a command to your destiny. You are not powerless. You are a participant in divine creation. When your heart sees it finished, heaven begins to form it. So, close your eyes tonight and see your wish completed. See it in color, in motion, in gratitude. Feel the relief of it, the peace of it, the joy of it. Hold that feeling until it becomes your natural state, because when the inner picture is finished, reality has no choice but to catch up. Align the wish with purpose and integrity so it serves more than yourself. True manifestation begins with a question deeper than, what do I want? It begins with, what do I want it? The strength of your wish does not lie in its glitter or size, but in its alignment with something higher, something rooted in meaning. A wish that is born from ego is fragile. It trembles under pressure and fades when it meets resistance. A wish that flows from purpose becomes unbreakable because it is tied to something eternal. When your desire harmonizes with truth, a force that not only elevates your life but ripples out to touch others. Purpose purifies a wish. It filters out the noise of greed, comparison, and pride, leaving only the essence of what truly matters. When you ask yourself why you want something, light into the darkest corners of your motives. You'll find that what you thought you wanted was only a disguise for a deeper need. To be loved, seen secure, or free. When you bring that to awareness, you can transform the wish into something cleaner, something that honors both your growth and the greater good. The refinement process doesn't shrink your dream. It sanctifies it, it turns desire into destiny. Integrity is the backbone of alignment. Without it, the grandest vision collapses under its own weight. Integrity means your thoughts, words, and actions agree with each other and with your values. Pursue your wish by stepping outside your moral compass or manipulating outcomes. The path must reflect the purity of the destination. Plant seeds of deception and expect to harvest peace. The universe responds not just to what you ask for, but to the spirit in which you ask. When your inner world is clean, when your intentions are transparent, doors open without force, and blessings flow without guilt. Also means surrender. It is the willingness to release control and trust divine timing. Sometimes your wish doesn't manifest as you planned because you are denied, but because you are being refined. A wish aligned with purpose is not about speed, it's about accuracy. If something hasn't happened yet, it might be because your heart is still growing to the size of what you're asking for. Creator will never hand you a blessing you are unprepared to carry. Integrity ensures you become the kind of person who can hold the miracle without losing yourself to it. When your wish aligns with purpose, becomes less about possession and more about participation. You realize that your dream is a piece of a larger puzzle, that your success, peace, healing contributes to a bigger plan. That's why selfish dreams often feel hollow even when achieved. They satisfy the moment but starve the soul. Driven dreams, on the other hand, nourish both the giver and the receiver. They make you a channel rather than a collector. The more you pour out through service, compassion, or creativity, the more you are replenished in ways money, fame, or status can never duplicate. A subtle but powerful shift that occurs when you align your wish with divine intent. Anxiety turns into assurance, chasing results, and start flowing with direction. You no longer feel desperate to make things happen because you know that what belongs to you will find you when you are rightly positioned. Integrity gives you peace in the waiting, confidence in the process, and humility in the receiving. You become grounded, unshaken by delays or detours because you understand that every step has meaning. This alignment also creates harmony in your environment. When your actions are pure, you attract people, opportunities, and experiences that reflect the same energy. The right helpers appear, not because you force them to, but because light recognizes light. In contrast, when your wish carries deceit, fear, or selfishness, it repels what it seeks. You might achieve the outer form of success, crumble from within. Integrity builds what time cannot erode. It gives your dream a foundation that storms cannot destroy. Alignment as tuning an instrument. If even one string is off, the melody suffers no matter how skilled the player. The string is tuned to its proper frequency, harmony flows effortlessly. Your wish is the song. Purpose and integrity are the tuning keys. Adjust and retune as you grow. It is not a one-time act but a daily practice of reflection, asking, still in tune with truth, am I still walking in love? Am I still using my gifts to serve, not to boast? When your wish is aligned, you won't need to prove it, rush it, or fear losing it. The energy of right intention carries its own momentum. Life begins to conspire for you because you are moving with the current, not against it. Even obstacles become teachers. Finding your strength, rather than breaking your spirit, becomes confirmation that you are entrusted with something meaningful enough to be tested. So, before you chase what you want, pause and realign. If your wish uplifts or depletes, connects or isolates, heals or harms, does it mirror your highest values? Does it bring peace, stir anxiety? The answers will reveal whether your wish is in harmony with your soul or in conflict with it. And when harmony is restored, a quiet shift, the way opportunities appear without striving, the way ideas arrive in stillness, the way peace precedes every breakthrough. To align your wish with purpose and integrity is to let your heart and heaven work together. Desire what is not only good for you, but good through you. When you reach that place, your wish ceases to be a request and becomes a calling. When a calling is pursued in truth, nothing in this world can stand against its fulfillment. Plant the wish like a seed through small, consistent daily actions. Every dream, no matter how divine or daring, begins as something invisible, an idea, a spark, a whisper within your heart. That whisper only becomes a reality when you plant it through action. A wish without movement is like a seed left on the surface of the soil. There's life within, but it can never sprout. To bring your wish to life, you must bury it in the ground of daily practice. Trust the process, nurture it with patience and discipline. Planting your wish is not about grand gestures, it's about faithful consistency. Just as no tree grows overnight, dream manifests through sudden leaps alone. It unfolds through small, steady steps repeated with purpose. The soil may look the same day after day. Beneath it, something sacred is happening. Roots are forming, foundations are strengthening. Unseen growth is preparing to emerge. Your wish develops too. Quietly, in the background of your routines, in the persistence of your choices, in the commitment to keep showing up. Abandon their dreams because they mistake stillness for stagnation. They forget that even when nothing seems to be happening, everything is. When a farmer plants a seed, he doesn't dig it up every morning to check if it's growing. He trusts the nature of the process. He waters it, removes weeds, waits. In the same way, you must trust the unseen work that your daily actions are doing. You invest in your wish, no matter how small, is a deposit into the unseen future. The seed doesn't question the darkness, it uses it, pushes through resistance until light becomes inevitable. When you plant your wish, your habits become the soil that nourishes it. Consistency is the sunlight that gives it strength. If your dream is to write, then write a few words daily, even if they are imperfect. Wish is to grow spiritually. Spend a few minutes each morning in silence and gratitude. If you want to build a business each day that moves you closer to creation rather than contemplation, of repetition transforms ordinary acts into extraordinary outcomes. Small things done faithfully produce results that loud intentions never will. The temptation, however, is to wait until you feel ready, to wait for the perfect timing, the ideal environment, or the right inspiration. Doesn't wait for the perfect weather to receive a seed. The act of planting is the beginning of transformation, awakens the energy of creation. When you move, doors open. When you act, clarity follows. Of doing something, no matter how small, sends a signal to the universe that you are serious about what you desire. In return, the universe meets you halfway, arranging opportunities, guiding connections, and aligning circumstances you could never have predicted. Consistency also teaches patience and humility. You learn to value progress over perfection. The early stages of any vision can be messy, uncertain, even invisible, but that is when your faith matures. The seed never complains about being buried. It knows it was placed there to grow. Similarly, when your wish seems hidden or delayed, understand that the darkness is a necessary part of development. You are being prepared to sustain what you are asking for. Every test, every quiet season, day you choose discipline over distraction is shaping you into someone who can carry the fulfillment responsibly. Seed from negativity and doubt. Just as weeds can choke a young plant, fear and discouragement can strangle your dream before it takes root. Speak life over your actions even when they seem small. Celebrate each step, each bit of progress, each sign of growth. Turns daily effort into sacred movement. It keeps your spirit fertile, soft, and receptive. You may not see results immediately, that deep roots are forming. And the deeper the roots, the stronger the future harvest will be. The beauty of planting is that it requires faith and surrender. You do your part, and then you release the outcome. You cannot force a seed to grow faster by staring at it, and you cannot rush divine timing by worrying. Instead, continue tending the soil. Steel your focus, protect your peace from negativity, and water your faith with prayer, gratitude, and hope. The seed of your wish will grow when the season is right, and when it does, it will bear fruit beyond what you imagine. Your wish becomes reality not through bursts of passion, but through the quiet discipline of doing small things well, again and again. The secret to miracles is consistency in the mundane. Those who persist in planting, watering, always reap more than those who quit at the first drought. The soil may test your patience, but it will never betray your effort. It honors what you tend to with sincerity. So plant your wish. Do it humbly, faithfully, and consistently. Don't despise the days of small beginnings. Was once a seed that refused to give up in the dark. Keep moving, keep believing, and keep working, even when no one is watching. One morning, when the time is right, step into the field of your own harvest and realize that what once was just a quiet wish has become a living, breathing reality to deeply in the soil of your persistence. Speak life over your wish. Your words, gratitude, and attitude shape its form. Every creation begins with sound. Before anything takes form in the physical world, it is first spoken, declared, and believed into existence. Words carry frequencies that either build or break, bless or block. They are not just expressions, they are blueprints. Every time you speak, you are giving instructions to your future. You are either watering your dream or poisoning it. What you say after you pray, what you confess when no one is watching, you declare in moments of doubt. These are the silent architects of your destiny. Many people cancel their blessings with careless words. Doubt over what they desire, saying things like, "I'll never get there," or "It's taking too long." Each of these phrases is like pulling the seed from the soil before it has a chance to sprout. You speak failure and expect success to appear. You can't talk fear and live in faith. The universe, the spiritual laws of creation, the energy of faith all respond to what you continually affirm. Your words are commands that either summon life or summon limitation. To speak life over your wish means to agree with what is possible, not what is visible. When you speak with faith, ignoring reality, you are shaping it. You are declaring that the unseen is greater than the seen. Circumstances will bow to your conviction, and that delay does not mean denial. It's not about pretending things are perfect, trusting that they will be. Your mouth must match your mission. Your speech must echo your belief. When your words and your vision align, begins to follow. Gratitude is one of the most powerful languages of creation. It doesn't wait for completion. It celebrates in advance. Thank the divine for your wish as if it were already done. You are acknowledging that what you seek already exists in the unseen. Gratitude bridges the gap between waiting and receiving. It turns longing into peace and expectation into fulfillment. You say, "Thank you." You invite more reasons to be thankful. Tells the universe you are ready to handle more because you honor what you already have. Your attitude is the atmosphere your wish grows in. The right words but the wrong spirit. You can say, I believe, while carrying bitterness, impatience in your heart, and that vibration disrupts the flow of manifestation. A positive attitude isn't blind optimism. It's choosing trust over tension. It's refusing to let setbacks define you. It's understanding that every challenge is refining you for what you've asked for. When your attitude is grounded in faith, you stop begging for results and start behaving as if they are on their way. You wake up with purpose, you act with confidence, and you rest with peace. There is creative power in repetition. The more you speak life, your subconscious mind begins to accept those words as truth. Over time, your beliefs shape your behavior, and your behavior attracts results. What you consistently confess becomes your reality. If you tell yourself, I am capable, I am prepared, your mind begins to act as if it were already so. I can't do this. Or, nothing ever works for me. Your mind will find ways to prove those words right, living in the harvest of yesterday's speech. Change your language and you change your life. Even in silence, your internal dialogue speaks volumes. The way you talk to yourself when no one is listening determines the quality of your peace. Speak to yourself with kindness and truth. You can't answer it with, I'm already becoming. When worry says, what if it fails? Respond with, what if it flourishes? Learn to encourage yourself as though you were your own mentor. In moments of solitude, your voice is the one that matters most. Be mindful also of the words spoken by others. Protect your wish from negativity disguised as realism. Not everyone will see what you see, and that's fine. The vision was given to you, not to them. Guard your dream from the voices that plant doubt or mock your faith. Surround yourself with people who speak life, who remind you of what's possible. See your future, not your flaws. The company you keep will either amplify your courage or echo your fears. Each morning, speak life into your day, peace over your path. Speak strength into your struggles. Speak wisdom into your decisions. Speak clarity into your confusion. The words you release in the morning become the wind that carries you through the day. And at night, your eyes in gratitude. Thank the Creator for what has already been set in motion. You may not see it yet, but something always responds to a voice filled with faith. Speaking life is not about ignoring pain or pretending struggle doesn't exist, refusing to let pain have the final word. It's standing in the middle of uncertainty and declaring that this too shall pass. It's blessing the process even when it feels slow. It's choosing to believe that everything is working for your good when you don't understand how. Words, gratitude, and attitude, these three are your spiritual tools. When they align with your wish, nothing can stop it from taking form. So speak life even when your heart trembles. Speak faith even when logic disagrees. Speak gratitude when the harvest hasn't appeared, because every word is a seed, every thank you is water, and every positive attitude is sunlight. In time, what you have spoken in faith will become what you live in reality. Your words create your world, so choose them as carefully as if you were choosing your future, because in truth you are. By faith, act in advance of evidence and persevere through resistance. Faith is not merely believing when things are visible. It is the courage to move when nothing around you makes sense. It is trusting that the path will appear as you walk, that light will find your steps, even when you cannot see beyond the next one. Faith is not passive hope. It is active obedience. Decision to keep building the ark, even when there's no sign of rain. To keep walking toward a promise that only your heart can see. Walk by faith is to live with an unshakable conviction that what you desire in truth is already forming beyond your sight, is to keep walking until it meets you. Every dream will require this kind of faith. Because the moment you decide to bring a wish into reality, you will encounter resistance. Not because the dream is wrong, but because the world must test the strength of your conviction. Faith is not proven in comfort, it is proven in challenge. It is in those moments of uncertainty, when doors close and silence stretches long, that your inner belief is refined. Asks, "Do you still trust me?" when the evidence disappears. Most people give up in this phase because they mistake the waiting for rejection. Faith understands that delay is a denial. It's preparation. It's the unseen rearranging itself to make room for what's coming. In advance of evidence is what separates dreamers from doers. You can say you believe, but real belief has movement. It shows up before success arrives. The ground even when the sky is dry. When you act in faith, you step into partnership with divine order. You no longer wait for everything to be perfect. You begin with what you have. You stop saying, "when the opportunity comes," and start declaring, "we'll be ready when it does." Faith without action is a wish. Action without faith is struggle. But faith combined with action births miracles. Difference. Faith teaches you to listen deeper than sight. It asks you to tune into the quiet instructions of your spirit rather than the noise of fear. When logic screams, "stop," but something within whispers, "go." In those moments, you must choose which voice to trust. Mind always seeks control. It wants proof, guarantees, and safety. But faith thrives in surrender. It doesn't ask for full visibility, full commitment. You don't need to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Of courage you take becomes a signal to the universe that you are serious about your calling. Perseverance is faith's endurance. It is easy to start with excitement, but endurance keeps you walking when inspiration fades. When faith is new, it burns bright, but when trials come, must be fed through discipline. You must learn to encourage yourself in the silence, to remind your heart that the promise is still alive. Every great achievement in history is a story of someone who refused to stop walking when others did. Faith is not about speed, it's about steadiness. Keep your pace, even when the road feels endless, for every step taken in faith shortens the distance to fulfillment. There will be times when fear disguises itself as logic, telling you that you're being unrealistic, that it's too late, too hard, too uncertain. But faith does not need perfect conditions, it creates them. The miracle is not in the absence of obstacles, but in the strength to keep moving through them. Blind, it sees differently. It recognizes that obstacles are not signs of failure, but stepping stones of formation. They stretch you, mature you, prepare you for the magnitude of what you're building. Without resistance, faith would remain theory. With resistance, it becomes power. Walking by faith also means detaching from the outcome. You do what you're guided to do, but you release how and when it unfolds. Faith's maturity lies in trust, not control. The one who walks by faith learns to find peace even in uncertainty, knowing that every no is redirecting them toward a better yes. You begin to see that even detours are divine, even delays are disguised blessings. When you walk in this mindset, fear loses its grip because you no longer walk alone. You walk with purpose, and purpose never abandons its traveler. To walk by faith is to live with a quiet, sacred confidence. It is not loud or showy, it is steady and sure. You may tremble at times, but you keep moving. Understand everything, but you keep trusting. You may fall, but you rise again. That faith's journey is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Every step you take sends ripples through the unseen, and one day, warning, the thing you believed for will stand before you, solid and real. So walk by faith today. Don't wait for evidence before you act. Resistance convinces you to retreat. The road may curve, the night may stretch long. Faithful step is building a bridge between your now and your next. Keep walking when you can't see, keep believing when you can't feel, thanking when you can't yet touch it. Because faith isn't just the path to your dream, it's the power that makes the dream possible. Wait wisely, practice patience, pruning, community support, and stewardship. The waiting season is one of life's greatest teachers, a punishment but a preparation. When a dream or wish has been planted, there is always a time between sowing and reaping, sacred space where growth happens beneath the surface. Many people mistake that stillness for delay or denial, but in truth, it is divine design. Great vision must go through this quiet phase where roots deepen, strength forms, and character is refined. Waiting wisely means using this season not to complain, but to cultivate. Learning to trust the invisible work being done in your favor while continuing to prepare for the moment of manifestation. Patience is not the absence of movement, it is disciplined stillness. It is the strength to hold peace while the promise unfolds. Impatience whispers that nothing is happening, that time is being wasted, but patience understands that unseen progress is still progress. In the soil does not rush the sun, it simply keeps growing. Likewise, your dream is maturing, your spirit is being strengthened. Timing is aligning with the right circumstances. When you try to force something but before its season, you may get it, but it won't sustain. Faith without patience leads to frustration. Patience without faith leads to stagnation. The balance of both leads to fulfillment. Waiting wisely also means pruning. In the waiting season, certain things will fall away: habits, people, distractions, parts of yourself that no longer fit where you're going. It may hurt to let them go, but pruning is not loss. It is making space for growth. That refuses to shed dead branches cannot bear new fruit. Sometimes, the delay you feel is actually divine protection keeping you from carrying unnecessary weight into your next season. Let the pruning happen. Drains your peace. What clouds your focus and what no longer aligns with your purpose. You cannot receive with closed hands. You cannot grow if you refuse to let go. While you wait, surround yourself with community. Waiting is not meant to be a lonely road. Faith can waver in isolation. Find those who remind you of your promise when you forget it yourself. Seek out people who speak encouragement, fear, wisdom, not gossip. Right voices in your life act as mirrors. They reflect back to you who you truly are when doubt tries to distort your identity. Supportive community is like a garden of strength. Each person contributes light, nourishment, and accountability. Share your vision with those who protect it, not those who pollute it. The waiting becomes lighter when shared with others who also believe in growth and divine timing. Stewardship is another key to waiting wisely. Stewardship means managing what you already have while preparing for what's coming. It's the act of showing gratitude through care and excellence. You receive the big opportunity, take responsibility for the small one. Before the platform, honor the practice. Before the abundance, the little with integrity. Life will always test how you manage the small before it trusts you with more. Use the waiting period to build skill and wisdom. Improve what's in your hands so that when the door finally opens, you are not scrambling. You are ready. Wisely transforms frustration into formation. Shifts your focus from, why hasn't it happened yet? To, how can I grow while I wait? It invites you to deepen your roots so that when the winds of success come, topple under pressure. Many people pray for blessings but forget that blessings carry weight. Without preparation, meant to elevate you can overwhelm you. The waiting season equips you to handle the fulfillment with grace, not fear. Is the melody that keeps your heart calm during the wait. Thankfulness transforms the waiting room into a classroom. You start to see the blessings hidden in small moments, peace in stillness, lessons in delay, wisdom in difficulty. You stop resenting the process. Your gratitude changes how time feels. Instead of seeing waiting as wasted time, you begin to see it as invested time. Every day spent in preparation shortens the distance between potential and purpose. Humility becomes your strength. Waiting teaches you that you are not the center of time, you are a participant in it. You learn to surrender control and allow divine order to unfold naturally. Power in letting go, not of hope, but of hurry. When you release your need to control the timing, you make space for miracles. Life to surprise you in ways your plans never could. The moment you stop forcing outcomes is the moment everything begins to align effortlessly. Wait wisely. Be patient, not passive. Use the quiet days to prune what's unnecessary, to connect with people who fuel your growth, to care for what's already in your reach. Trust that what you're waiting for is also being prepared for you. The timing may seem slow. It's perfect. The divine never rushes, and yet it's never late. Every second of waiting is an investment in the strength of your roots. The season finally shifts. When the harvest arrives, you'll realize it was all worth it. The stillness, the pruning, the preparation. Because what you receive in the right time will last far longer than anything you could have forced in the wrong one. The journey from wishing to manifesting is a sacred process, a partnership between your faith, your focus, and divine timing. Wish carries within it the seed of its own fulfillment, but it is your belief, alignment, and consistency that awaken it into form. First, see the vision clearly, anchoring it deep in your heart as though it were already complete. You must align that vision with integrity, ensuring that what you desire serves not just yourself, but the greater good. Then you must plant it through small, faithful actions, daily with patience and trust. Speak life over it, because your words have the power to call forth what does not yet exist. Walk by faith even when there is no evidence, and when resistance rises, let it build your endurance instead of breaking your spirit. Wait wisely. Waiting season is not a pause. It is preparation. It's where your strength is shaped, your motives refined, and your readiness confirmed. Rush the process. Learn from it, grow through it, and keep your heart anchored in gratitude. For what is meant for you cannot be lost. It is simply maturing in the unseen until the appointed time. To bring any wish to reality is to live in harmony with divine order. It is to understand that creation begins within you and unfolds through you. Both the soil and the seed, the prayer and the answer, the dreamer and the builder. When your inner world aligns with faith, purpose, and truth, the outer world must eventually reflect it. So hold your vision, guard your words, walk in integrity, act in faith, and trust the timing of heaven. Belief, action, and patience move together. What was once only a wish becomes a living, undeniable reality.